So this is the update video, the next one on how I'm doing with my lamps. And the new big innovation is this. This is actual circuitry like you would see on the TV. Now, obviously, I don't really understand how this works. This could well be magic. I know these things are resistors. This thing's a capacitor, but I think these little black guys are like quantum flux inhibitors or something like that. This circuit was designed by somebody much smarter than me, a very helpful guy called Andy Cortine, and he not only designed the circuit, but he's made these circuit boards with labels and everything, so very helpful for just fitting the components in and making it work. Also, this absolutely would not have happened without my dad, who showed me how to put things together, how to read the diagram, how to translate what Andy had sort of put into an actual physical thing on my desk. And very, very grateful to him, who, yeah, in many ways is an inspiration for all of this stuff. So I will show you how this works in a minute. So this is one of the lamps that I've done recently, and this is a commission piece. So somebody pinged me up and said, hey, can you make a lamp with to sort of these kind of design elements? And I did, and that's in exchange for money. And I'll talk a bit more about how I feel about that in a bit. But first of all, so plates. Now I've got those in all of the lamps. I've got a much better saw that makes it much easier to kind of put these in. They still don't fit perfectly. I'm still working on that. But it does make the insides a lot cleaner, a lot tidier. The top isn't actually deep enough to hold the battery and get all the gear in there. But I think I'm okay with that. Being able to put stuff in this is not the primary purpose. It's here to be a lamp, so that's just okay. So now, the big reveal. So it was bugging me that you had things that seemed like relatively nice in-character objects, but you would just flick them and they would switch on and off. So what the circuit does is it creates that glow on and the glow off, which I think is really cool. And I'm very, very pleased with. So the other one I've done recently is as a thank you to Andy for his work putting the circuit together. So it's a much more sort of modern technical design. And on the base plate here we've got kind of a stylized version of the circuit diagram. And this one is much more bright. In fact, the camera can't really pick that up very well. But I'm learning a lot more about where you have a clear crystal compared to where you've got one with inclusions or colorations. So this one's got UV glow-in-the-dark material in it, which is why the crystal's a lot more cloudy. Now, both of these have UV lights in them. So as they're going, they're kind of charging up the material that's in the crystal, and I'll kill the lights in a minute and kind of show you those with the lights off, and then switch them off so you can kind of see how the UV works once the how the glow in the dark looks once it's been charged up by the UV bulbs that are in the crystal, because I think that's quite cool. So yeah, commission, that's kind of scary, and I was kind of gently heading towards this idea that maybe these things should be sold, or maybe I should be trying to make some money out of them, at least if only for buying the components for the next one. And Sarah, who's an incredible artisan, shared a really helpful piece about the commodification of hobbies and how you don't really feel like you're an artist or you're doing well in this. You've got an Etsy store, and the conclusion I've come to from all of that is just, I'm not doing that. This is a not for money operation. If people want to say, hey, can you put together something for a specific purpose? Here's some cash. I'll worry about that on a case-by-case basis. But this is something I do for me, and then I send them around wherever I go for my own random and whimsical purposes. This is just me doing a thing which makes me feel better about myself. So conclusions, that's good, happy with that. Anyway, enough babbling, let's see these with the lights off. Okay, that doesn't make a huge difference on the camera. Never mind. I'll turn this one off first because you might give you an idea of just how much light that's putting out. This is actually pretty good just for terms of being kind of a lamp on and of its own. And you can see the inclusion there quite a lot better. It's kind of glowing because that crystal in there is made of glow-in-the-dark material. And this one, the kind of points of light around the design are coming out a lot more clearly. And when I flip this off, you get that nice kind of remaining purple glow designed to look kind of spoopy. So hopefully the recipient of that is pleased with it. But yeah, this is where I am with these.